Logan Airport, and it's on time.
Where are you headed?
Boston, visiting a friend. You?
I'm headed back to my home in Champaign, Illinois. I was down here on business. My company wanted to conduct some marketing research in the Metro Richmond area, and they wanted me to train the team in charge of gathering the data.
Christopher Kamphaus. I'm currently an MBA at Virginia Tech.
John Davidson, nice to meet you, Chris.
I must say, John, I'm actually quite interested in marketing research. It's what I'm studying up at Tech. Do you go on trips often?
Actually, most of my work is done from headquarters up in Chicago. This project, however, called for a more direct approach. The company have been hiring a lot recently with the upswing in the economy and everything.
I'm just curious, what company do you work for?
I work for Wrigley as a senior marketing analyst.
Really? I'm quite a fan of Wrigley. My senior year of undergraduate, I did some research into your company.
You must know a lot about the company then.
Yes. For a school project, I and a group of students were in charge of creating a hypothetical international marketing plan for Wrigley. I was amazed by how widespread Wrigley is and how many countries you operate in. I was also amazed by the breadth of your product line. I had always thought that Wrigley only offered a few different brands of gum. I didn't realize that all the different products that you offer, like Altoids, Starburst, Screensavers, probably what most intrigues me about your company is the mission, how it centers around the health benefits your products provide.
Well, you certainly know a lot about my company, so tell me a little about yourself.
Well, I graduated in 2010 from the University of Mary Washington. While I was there, I worked for their Residence Life department as a resident assistant, desk aide, and eventually head desk manager. However, the most valuable experience came from my coursework. Mary Washington was a small liberal arts school and did not offer a major in either marketing or research. I had to organize my classes to prepare me for a career in marketing research without the guidance of a major. I took several marketing classes, which each required a semester-long marketing plan for a selected company, one of which was Wrigley. These helped me understand what the needs of a marketing department might be. I also concentrated my studies heavily in mathematics courses, taking several classes in statistics, calculus, and chaos theory. These gave me the valuable experience in quantitative reasoning that would aid in performing data analysis. It was my liberal arts education that allowed me to discover my interest. However, I felt that I needed something more specialized than a business major. So, I enrolled at Virginia Tech's MBA program, with plans to concentrate in marketing. I am currently a student in this program. I understand you're a very busy man, Mr. Davidson.
Oh, it's no problem at all. So tell me more about your job as a resident assistant.
I worked for about a year as an RA for a freshman dormitory, charged with enforcing university policy. By confronting issues such as vandalism, delinquency, and even theft, I gained experience in crisis management. I also was charged with maintaining the peace in the dorm and settling disputes between residents.
Well, it sounds to me like your job as a RA was more human resources related than marketing research related. However, the ability to work with people is an important skill no matter what field you're in. As a senior analyst, I'm in charge of a research team, and I can tell you whenever people are involved, there will be clashes. Leaders need to be able to handle such situations. Also, when it comes to conflict management, things rarely go as planned. Badly worded questionnaires, interviewer bias, mathematical mistakes, and sampling errors are common problems facing all researchers. You need to have flexible expectations so that you can work with what you're given.
What would you say is the most difficult part of marketing research?
Definitely the ethical implications of research.
In what way?
Whenever you conduct research, the company is counting on you to provide the most accurate, up-to-date information. Even still, there are people in marketing departments that want your information to reflect their own motives.
I see.
By saying yes, you put your own company at risk. By saying no, you put your own job at risk. In short, you must be willing to make personal sacrifices in order to do the job right, possibly even losing your job.
I know what it's like to have to make personal sacrifices. As a head desk manager, I was paid based on a time system. I was given 8 hours of desk security and 2 hours of administrative work per week. In reality, the administrative work only took me about 30 minutes. Many of my peers told me that I should simply put down the 2 hours instead. After all, I didn't deserve to get my pay docked for being efficient. Whether they were right or not, I knew the money was not legally mine, that I had no right to claim it. So I took the pay cut, even though I knew my superiors would never know.
It's always difficult when you see that much easier path in front of you and the only thing holding you back is good conscience. As a leader, I can tell you that what I desire most out of my employees is to be able to trust them.
I understand that I may be asked to do questionable things as a researcher, and I am willing to lose my job if it is necessary. I know that researchers will be tempted to twist and skew information in reports to make findings more desirable. I believe that my experience as a head desk manager has proven that I have the moral backbone to not fall into such a trap.
Definitely. Another major ethical issue is the way in which the information is gathered. For example, we all know that it's wrong to spy on people without their knowledge, but what about phoning someone? And what time of day is it all right to call? Interviews can also pose a dilemma. Respondents sometimes report feeling like they were pressured by the interviewer, bullied into responding in a certain manner. How would you approach a situation such as this?
My view of such a dilemma is, if you feel the need to keep such a practice a secret, then it's unethical. As a researcher, you are representing your company. By poorly treating your respondents, you project such an image about your company. I form negative views about companies that choose to repeatedly call me on my cell phone despite me asking them to stop. Though these actions are only from a few people, I view the company as having a culture that encourages such behavior. Whether or not this is true is irrelevant, because the damage has still been done.
That's a good motto, if not a difficult one to live by. Now, you mentioned earlier that you were able to do 2 hours of work in 30 minutes as a head desk manager. I was wondering if you could elaborate on that. How is it that you were able to do the work so quickly?
Well, I used Gmail to create an online scheduling system for my staff. I would meet with my staff once a week and have them pick time slots to fill for the upcoming week. Other HDMs had their staff send them emails with time slots available. I thought this would be way too disjointed and inefficient, so I opted for a more simplistic approach. We would all log onto a Gmail account and access its calendar. I got the idea from an RA staff for a residence hall somewhere else on campus. This system allowed for RAs to access our schedule, meaning that if a desk aide skipped his or her shift, the RAs would know immediately.
Impressive. Obviously, as an analyst, you would not be in charge of scheduling people, but the creative approach you took, that will turn a few heads. It also shows that you're comfortable with technology, which is always a good thing. Tell me, Chris, do you have any internship experience?
Not currently. I am looking for an internship over the summer, though.
Well, why don't you email me a resume and see if we might get you into something this June. I think my plane is boarding now, so I'll have to go.
Pleasure speaking with you, Mr. Davidson.
Thanks.